guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So I thought we'd have a little spooky afternoon today and make some little embellishments, some little Halloween embellishments. Now I'm using my Fussy cuts, which I do believe I've showed you them before. I think so anyway. They come in three different sizes, and I've cut most of them up. I've got some little diddly ones, but I also have lots of big ones here to cut up, and you get all of those in your Fussy cut, so lots and lots of different sizes. But today I thought I would just use my little itty ditty ones, which are lovely. Now I've made some little clusters, which I think are great. The backs aren't very pretty, but you're not going to see the back, and you've got all sorts of little bits and pieces in here. Got some little gems, one of the Fussy cuts. I've got some black lace, a little bit of stringy stuff. This is what I got. This is what I actually purchased last year after Halloween. I went to the shop and I managed to get some little bits on sale. Whoops, little bits of paper in there. And it's sort of like, it's just the decoration that you use, and it's a very thick netting sort of thing, but it falls apart quite easily. And also I got this stuff, which is, it's just black sort of stuff, but you put your spiders in it. But it gets absolutely everywhere, and it's very sort of like stringy and stretchy, but it's really nice under your embellishments like that. So there's another one. This is the stringy stuff that I just clipped underneath. I did do some staples on this one, because this is the first one I made, and I was trying to sort of like find a way of sticking this down or holding it down without gluing it, and I popped some little staples in there, but in the end I was gluing it. This one I just glued down and it was fine. And then we've got this one, which is lovely, a little bit of gold in there, which is great. And then I made some little itty ditty ones. The base is just a little cut out circle, and then I've just added them on the little embellishments with a little bit of sparkly, of course, on this one. This one I'm thinking of using that as the little closure on here, because I've made this little envelope, and I just think that would make a lovely little closure, wouldn't it? Well, these are nice if you're making a Halloween journal. They're just like little odd bits that you can add in, do you know what I mean, as a little embellishment. But look at that, trick or treat, little cat on the front. So I've just stuck that on, just made a little envelope. I might make a couple of those, but they're really nice. So super simple, so I thought I'd have a little play today. Let's just pop those in a pile over there. I might sew, I'm not quite sure yet. Look at the state of my desk, it's filthy. Need a good clean. Now the bases, I've just cut some card on these for the little round ones, and then I've just got some scrap paper here. Some of these bits are from my journal from last year that I did. And I just some scrappy bits of paper, and of course the little Fussy cuts. I've got some my vintage photo ink, and I've also got the black soot, which is the distress ink as well, which is a really nice one. And I'm also using a little stamp. It's just a little odd stamp that I did. I'm using just as a bit of a background. I don't know whether you can see it, just a little bit here, and I've also popped it. Oops, these all sticking together. That netting stuff on here, and I just stamped it on the back. So they are lovely. So anything sort of like that you've got, I've got lots of little bits of fabric here, just odd bits in the nice dark colours, but I do, here we go, got a little bit of sparkle. We have to have a little bit of sparkle in there. Right, the first thing I am going to do is just make a little clustery thing. Where's my ruler? So I'm going to just take a little bit of paper. Let's just make some little clusters like this. I'm just going to tear these bits up because they're just that little bit too big. Could do with a little bit of green in there, couldn't we? And then what are we going to use? A little bit of this card, which is nice. Oops. Just take a little bit. You need a sort of harder base. So you need sort of like a little bit of a card on the back. And then just sort of like layer it up. You can have a little circle on there as well, like that. So I think that's all I would do on that one. That's quite simple. Now I am using both colours, black and the brown, because I think they both work really well on here to make it look really, really dirty. A little dirty and grungy on here. So a little bit of brown on there, like that, and then a little bit of black too. There we go. Pop those on. I've done that around the little circle as well. That's just a little bit of card. So what should we do? Should we just, how did I do it? Should I just stick it like that? That will be good. Now I'm going to use a little bit of, oh my glue bottles drive me nuts. Still haven't got round to buying a new one. So that's my fault really then, isn't it? Let's just stick this down. A little bit of glue. Like I said, the backs aren't going to be very pretty, but we're not going to see the backs because they're going to be stuck down. It's not like a journal card, is it? So we stick that like that. That's quite nice, isn't it? Stick that just there like that. Put my lid on. So there we go, that's just the base of that. Right, let's get some little bits and pieces now. Like I said, this is just one of those things that you can't pull it apart. Well, you can sort of pull it apart, but it doesn't, it's almost like that needle felting felt. It's got that same sort of feeling to it. It's very, very soft. So I'm just going to gather a little bit. You only need a tiny, tiny bit of this. I'm sure you probably got some in your stash from somewhere. Look, I'm just going to stick that. I'm actually going to stick that down with a little bit of 3-in-1. Let's just get that stuck down, and then we can add on top of that in a minute. There we go. Dunk that down, that will do. And I'm quite liking these like dangling off. Oops, there's my little ghost stuck. Do you know what I mean? I quite like this hanging down. Now I do have some chain as well, which I might like to put a little bit of chain on there, hanging down. So let's see if I can find, oh, this is a bit that I took off just now. Oh my gosh. Do you know what I mean? It just comes apart. If you cut it, it just sort of like falls apart. So it's not the best stuff, but I think I'm going to use it in these because it will look, it looks good. So I'm just going to pull that apart. Probably don't need it as long. Like that. I'm going to just take a piece of paper and I'm going to just ink it. Just so it's got a little bit, so it's not so white. Just a little bit of ink on there. You could probably spray it with a little bit of distress sprays or something, so it depends what you've got and how you'd like to use it. But I don't want to have to wait for this to get dry, so I'm just going to just dab a little bit of ink on there to colour it. I think if you wet it, I did think about sort of like dyeing it a little bit, but I think it might all sort of like just fall apart. I might regret doing that. But on a brave day, maybe I will try. Right, I'm going to just pop that like that. Oh, let's just pick a little picture. Shall we have a little fussy cut? What should we have? Oh, we've got a nice big skull there. Actually, that's quite nice, isn't it? It's like a little haunted house in there, can you see? There we go, it's like a little haunted house. which goes up quite nicely on there, I think. Yes, I think we will do that. Pop those little bits down. Or I might just ink. Let's just make it a little bit grungy in there. Like that. Perfect. Now, this one, I think, what do you reckon? Do you think I can hang, I've got some little bits of chain. Do you think they will hang down like that? If I stapled that, do you think I can staple that? Shall we try? And that will staple on and hold. Pull it up just a little bit. Okay, so look, that sort of hangs over the top. Let's just squeeze these shut a little bit more. Oh look, that hangs off quite, oh that, I missed that little bit. So that sort of hangs down quite nicely, doesn't it? I think I need a little bit of glue on there. Let's pop a little bit of glue in this bit. There we go. Just to hold that down. The black, I find that this Distress Oxide, the black soot one, it does get everywhere. It takes a little bit longer to dry. I'm so used to the Vintage Photo drying quite quickly. Oh, I quite like that. That looks nice, doesn't it? I think that's going to stay put. There we go. Lovely. Then if I put that on there, it will sort of just cover up that little bit of paper clip, won't it? Which looks good. Now I've got a little bit of this shiny blingy. We have to have a little bit of blingy in there. Pop that on there, which looks nice. And I'm going to add a little bit of this as well. Just layer them all up. A little bit of cheesecloth. Like that. I think I might pop this one on another, maybe I'll make another little bag. I want to just add little bits like this, just to make it look nice and Halloweeny, nice and spooky. There we go, fabulous. Now I might put something behind there because I would like to put an eyelet on there. So let's just stick this down. Oops, Jessie barking, she's hungry. She wants her dinner, but she seems to want her dinner earlier and earlier each day. She gets fed in the morning and also, you know, in the evenings, but she started barking earlier and earlier. So, I don't know. She has a little plate of dry biscuits down. But I think as she's getting older, she's getting quite greedy. She just, you know, she can't see very well and she can't hear very well, but there's nothing wrong with her appetite at all. So I think she just thinks she should be eating all day, bless her. Look at that. I like that. Fabulous. Do you think that's going to move? Oops, a little bit. Lovely. Right. What I might do, you know, the back side, this is on 160 GSM paper, but I do want to add a little eyelet in there. So I might stick that behind just so it doesn't rip. Like that, I think. So yes, get all your little scrappy bits of paper out because this is absolutely perfect time to use them up, isn't it? There we go. I'm going to use, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Let's pop some glue down here. Just so we've got that there. stick the lid on. Pop that down. Hold that down, that's lovely. I like that chain. I could do with some little beads or something hanging off those. I'm not quite sure how strong that is, but I do like that. That's lovely. Right, where's my little... I think that's dry enough. I'm going to do 2 little holes in here, just so I can hang a little bit of the ribbon on there. This little one doesn't cut very well at all on there. Not that it really matters, because we will pop in a little eyelet in there. Got some little itty-ditty ones in here. A couple of little black ones. Like that. I'm going to get my little pokey tool like that and stick it in. This up, pop that in, and this to be the easiest way so I don't drop them everywhere. So pop it in. There we go, lovely. Looks like 2 little eyes, doesn't it? I'm going to pop this upside down so it's easier to come out. Right. Let's have a look. I've got a little bit of this, which is almost like t-shirt material. Do you think I can just hang that off there? If I can get that through. Where's my little pokey thing gone? There we go. Pop that through this way. You can have all sorts of things coming through here. You can have like a little bit of, you know, silver thread or gold thread or something like that would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Me and my bling, me and my shiny bits. Let's just tie that. I think sort of like Halloween-y things have to have things sort of like dingly dangling down and stuff, I think. Just so it makes it look a little bit spooky, doesn't it? A little bit, look at that, love it. How lovely is that? Now, we could add a little bit of, this is the Nouveau drops, and it's the glitter ones. So I'm just going to add little blobs, just to give a little bit of sparkle, because I haven't used this for ages. So just, oopsie daisy, just a little bit on the side. Look at that, that's fabulous. A little bit of chain, a little bit of all sorts on there, but again, like I say, the back is not the best. I might just stick that, I think I'm going to have to just stick that up a little bit. Just a little bit of glue in there. Get my little chain out of the way, if I can. Then just stick that down. Perfect. That's better, isn't it? Okay, that's lovely. Look at that. Nice and spooky. Right, I'm going to just show you. I'm going to pop that on my sewing machine there for a second. Let's make another one, and then I'm going to make some little diddy ones, I think, because they are really, really simple. But I do like making these. I want a little package of them, I think. Let's ink this up like that. Let's put my little brown one on this hand. Let's see if I can make sure I don't get them muddled up. There we go. Perfect. Oops, nearly did then. A little bit of black on there. I think the black and the brown just make it just look nice and sort of like grubby, doesn't it? Because you have to have a little bit of grubbiness at Halloween. Should we do a few more bits so we are ready? There we go. Oops, right colour. I think I need a little bit more card. So let's pop these on. I'm going to take this is just a postcard, which is quite nice. I'm just going to ink it up. Look, so this is the ink. It doesn't dry as quickly. I should really use stays on here. I'm going to pop this just there, so I don't get ink all over my table. There we go. I think this just gives it quite a nice little background to things, doesn't it? And then we can also use that. Okay, shall we take a little bit of this? Just rip it up into little randoms. We don't want these too big. I would like little bits. There we go. That will do. Oh, I also have some of this, which is nice. This is from my other papers. The other Halloween ones that I've got. I'll list down anyway under the video what papers I've got. But I think this sort of like burgundy sort of colour works really well, doesn't it, for Halloween? There we go, a little bit. Let's do black on this one. Lovely. Yeah, I could have done with like a little piece of silver paper or gold paper or something, really. Right, that's our little bits. Let's put that there. Shall we have another little round one? Maybe I'll just go for these colours. Do you think we should pick a picture first? A little fussy cut first so we can go work with it. Should we do Halloween? Doesn't really go with the burgundy colour though, does it? Shall I do something to go on? Shall I make a little... Oh, look at this little pussy cat. Look at that. Can you see? Isn't he just the cutest? Oh, look, we could do that, couldn't we? Do another... Maybe we'll make one to go onto a little envelope. Do we have another wordy one? Spooky season. We've got a little spooky one. I'm going to have to cut a bigger one out. Let me just have a look. This one right in front of me. This is what we'll do. That one goes better than that Halloween, doesn't it? Let's just give this a quick fussy cut. Like that. I've got like a little creamy edge to these inside, so you can cut them out how intricate as you like, or just go around that little bit. Do you know what I mean? Just nice and quick. Wibbly wibbly wobbly, and there we go. Fabulous. That works a lot better. I might make a little journal actually, just a very basic one. Not sure. Love, look at that. That's just the cutest. Do you think he needs to sit on a little bit of... Do like these. Right. Ink that little bit. Maybe we'll pop you like that. Like that. Shall we have the little circle this side? What do you think? A little bit of green or a little bit of grey? What do you think? Like that. Right, I'm just going to glue it because I'll be here forever otherwise. Moving things about. And I want it to just be quite natural and not think too much about where to stick things. So I'm going to just stick that like that. I think I need to, there we go. Oops, how was I going to do it? Let's just glue this bit, I think. Stick that down. Do you think I should do a little bit of sewing on this one? I need to colour this, don't we? Gonna add a little bit of green there. Let's just go down through this. Just like that. Lovely. Right, well that dries just a little bit. I'm going to ink around our little circle. Like this. A little bit of brown. Oops. A little bit of the black. Now if I really thought about it, I would have got my Distress Oxide sprays out and actually sprayed this before, but I wasn't that prepared. I wasn't quite sure what we were going to do today. But I'm loving the little circles. I think they remind me of like the moon. I think that's why I'm liking that. Look at that. That looks fabulous, doesn't it? I think that's a bit too high. So I would like to make another little bag like this. But I can always take a little top piece off, that's okay. That will be okay. Should I just stick that on? Let's just stick that, and I think I might just sew on this. I do have white thread, or the creamy thread that I was using, still in my machine, but I think that will be okay. So let's pop that on, pop that in there. I'm going to pull my machine around. Let's put these this side out of the way. Pull this through with all my bits and pieces everywhere. Luckily we can go under the machine, there's room under the machine. Right, oopsie daisy, can you see that? This way, that way, that should be about right, shouldn't it? Just a few little, I think I'm going to go with a zigzag stitch. Just a little bit down the little bits of paper there. I like that. Let's hope I don't cover it all up. It's quite nice having a little bit of stitching on there. What do you think? Can you see? Oops. There we go. And then we will go down this one, I think. Okay, lovely. That one was a little bit more wibbly wobbly, but that's good. Right there. Pop that out of the way. Let's move some of my stuff up. Let's get my little scissors, my little fiskars. I love these. If you've got these, let me know how much you like yours as well, because they open up for you. What I mean, it's so easy to use. Oh guys, you should see the state of my floor. It is just a mess. I keep brushing everything onto the floor. Right, what were we doing? Pop that on there and that on there. Let's go with another little bit of this, because this is quite nice, isn't it? Should we pop that under? Let's bring it down just a little bit. There we go. I think we'll have a little bit of cheesecloth on here. can cut it properly. Let's give it a little wiggle. There we go. Like that. I'm a little bit low. I do apologise. I'm a little bit low on the screen. I keep forgetting to look at my monitor. Right, that sits on there lovely, doesn't it? Perfect. A little bit of glue. A bit of glue. Oops. Bit of glue on there. Should we do a little sideways thingy-majig? Where's my little Halloween? Should we pop you on? There we go. I think you need to come down just a little bit. There we go. There we go, lovely. So you can still see the stitch marks in there, which is good. Let's pop this on there. There we go. You can sort of still see that that's round on there. And we'll pop our little pussycat on there. What else do we need under there? Could do with something else, couldn't we? What's this little grey bits of something? Should we have a little bit of this? Well, I know they say less is more, but I'm really going for it today because I think all these little layers look lovely, and I'm going to go for a little bit of this blingy. Look, I've got all of this stuck. I'm not going to put that on this one. Look at that. It's all staticky. This is sort of doubled. Not quite sure where this came from. It's sort of like a double layer of netting and sequins and things like that. Just trying to stretch it a little bit to see if it will stretch. It stretches a tiny bit. I'm going to put that. Do you think we'll see that? Do you think I'm going to end up covering that over? This needs to go underneath, doesn't it? I think. Like that. Let's pop that there. Oh my god, mollies. This can go on. Don't want to stand my glue up. There we go. What do you think of a little pussycat? This could actually come down just a little bit more. Fabulous. There we go. Oops. There we are. Pick you up. So lovely little cat. Oh, I do like the cat. That looks fabulous, doesn't it? Scrunch that a little bit. Maybe scrunch that up just a little bit. There we go. So it's not so flat. That looks like a chimney, doesn't it? We don't want that on the top, I don't think. I'm going to just rip that little bit off. And I need to stick something on top of that or behind it. That's a bit too, it's a bit too straight. Or something, isn't it? You need to put something behind there. Shall we do that? Let's tear this little bit off. Just need to break that up a little bit. I think I've just cut that off too short now. We have to use this piece. There we go. We use this piece instead. That's better. I think that's better. Looks like two little eyes in there. Can you see? It looks like a little spooky behind it. So what shall we put there? Let's have a little bit of bling. Let's have a little bit of this popping out as well. We can do that, can't we? Let's have a little bit of glue. Pop that on there like that. And then where's this going to go? Like that. So we need glue all the way on here. Pop that down. Just stick that on there. There we go, that's better. Oh, I do like these. Look at that. Is that good? What can we put here? Should we have a little dingly dangly thing? We like dingly danglies, don't we? Or unless is that a bit too thin? I don't think so, is it? Where's my little thingamajig? Let's hang something down there. Maybe a little bit of chain or something can come down through there. Let's get another little, where are they? In here. That's a nice one. That's got a sort of greeny colour to it. It's almost like a petrol-y colour. Don't know whether you can see. Can you see? It's got like sort of like a petrol-y colour. I'm hoping that my camera will pick that up. Pop that in there. Squeeze that down. There we go. Oh, I'm going to do that. So, piece of chain hanging off. We could do that, couldn't we? But we need a little jump ring. What a little silver one. Is that going to be big enough? It should be. That should be big enough. Let's find a pair of pliers. Oops. Let's just go through that piece. Do you reckon that's going to go through? Like that. Yes, that will. Another pair of pliers, a minute. There we go. You can have a little dingly dangly off there. Not quite sure what we're going to hang off it yet. But let's just chop that there. Okay. Do that up. We shall have something hanging on there. Let's see, what do we have? I've got things in here that I really don't think I could do with a little tiny key would be quite nice, wouldn't it? Got something like that. Should we have a little key? We can have a little key, couldn't we? Oh, we've actually got a little owl. No, I think a key would be better. Let's pop a little key on there. Oh gosh, my nails are all sticky. Pop you. Probably should have done this and then popped it on, shouldn't I? There we go. That doesn't feel like metal, that feels like plastic. Oh, how bizarre. Sure, I thought there were metal ones in there. There we go. Oh, look at that little key. Little key there. Let's have a peek at these a minute. See, these are metal. Maybe they are. This doesn't feel very metal-y. Oh well. There we go. Look at that. That's fabulous, isn't it? Can you see? Lovely. Right, I'm going to make a little bag. Look at all this mess everywhere. Look at all this mess. Right, shall we find a little space? Because I would like to put this on a bag. Or I was going to make some little diddy ones. Let me make some new diddy ones first, because they're the most simplest ones. Look, can you see? This is just a piece of tea or coffee stain card that I used to punch the holes out of. Here we go. And I'm going to just use my little one. Pop this to the side a second. Just cut some of these out. Let's just make another 4, I think, because they're really quick to do. I don't really even need, not really need to ink them, because you don't really see the ink. But at least I know that I've done it. And this is where you can use your tiny, tiny little fussy cuts if you are brave enough to cut them out, which I did this morning because I know I'm going to be using them. Or I might even pop some of these in some of the little packages in my shop. There's a little one. Let's have a look. What do we got? Little spider. I've used that one on the bigger one, didn't I? Oh look, we've got a little candle and a little pumpkin on that one. So we could use that, couldn't we? Little bat. Could pop a little bat. A smaller bat on there. What else have we got? Pop them in this little tub. Oh look, there's a little pussy cats. There we go. I'm going to use those. So I don't lose everything. There we go. I'm going to use those 4. And ink up our little bat. I think I've got a bat even smaller than this that I was brave enough to cut out. Oops. These are great for little, you know, little corner bits. If you're making a journal, they're just nice to pop in the corner or on a little pocket. It's a little embellishment. Oops. There we go, inking done. Let's have a little bit of this. Lovely bit of cheesecloth. Where's the corner I was cutting from? Oh, there we go. Go. Little bits. One more little bit. One more bigger bit, because I think this will be for the bat. I only put them on these. You don't have to have circles. You can have any shape, but it's just something to attach them to, if you know what I mean. And then you could probably even put, and this has got all black fluff on it. Let's pop that in the bin. I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on there. Just scrunch that together. I want this one sticking out a little bit more because we've got the little bat on there. That's perfect. There we are. And then should we have a little bit of bling? Little bit of blingy bit. This one. That. I'm going to pop it like that. That should hold. Let's pop some glue on here. I suppose you could probably put a little brad through there first, couldn't you? Look at these. So it came out the back. What do you think? And then you could actually brad it on. Do you say brad it on? Attach it? I don't think brad it on is a word, is it? But I think I might try that. Let me just get my brads. Second. Do you know what I mean? I've got just some real little brads here. You find this, let's make a little hole in here. Without sticking my finger through. Actually, it's probably better with this, won't it? Let's just hold it. There we go, pop that through. Do you know what I mean? I can open it up because we can reopen them at the back afterwards. Oh, if I can. Do you know what I mean? Then you can open that up and stick it into something, stick it on something. But I'm going to pop this over the top. A little bit of glue. Let's glue that down because it doesn't need to move. There we go. What should we pop on this one? Should we pop the little ghosty? Oops. That looks good, but no, I'm going to pop my little bit of bling on. I like this shiny. Pop that like that. Oops. Pop some glue on here. Oh, don't want to stand you up, do we? There we go. And then what we can do, let's push it down from this. Okay guys, so I have been chatting away to you and my video wasn't videoing. My camera wasn't videoing, so I'm not quite sure where it was that it wasn't doing it. I'm just going to go in a little bit like this so you can see these. Now, I put brads through there, so not sure whether I showed you that. I just put a brad through the middle so they can be attached to something. You can just lift these up and stick them on something, but look, they are just beautiful. I'm going to just quickly show you. Look at that, can you see? Aren't they the cutest? And they are just tiny, and it's just got like a little brad, so you can just open that up and attach it to something or other. Right. So they got a little bit of bling and a little bit of lace on there. So I'm going to pop those to the side and we are going to make just a little envelope just to pop that other little topper on there. The little cluster. I want to pop this little one on there. So let's just pop those out of the way quickly. Loving the little ones. All right, I don't need that, do I? I need a piece of paper. Now I'm going to use these. Now these are from the Ko-fi, actually. This is the Ko-fi papers, the freebies that I had. They had this month. So what shall I use? Shall I just use this side? Let's just going to tear that off, pop that to the side. I'm not really worried about too much of it being neat and tidy because they are just Halloweeny envelopes, aren't they? So I'd rather they're a little bit scruffier. So I'm just going to rip the little edges off like that. I think my camera uses up a lot more memory on this one because the video is a little bit better. So do apologise, I really wasn't quite sure where we were. Oh, I'm going to come out a little bit now. I wasn't in, wasn't I? Let's come to there. It's probably better. Okay, so we've got a little spider on this one, and I'm going to just fold it in like that. Well, let's just rip this bit off. This has just got a little bit of a white edge. Let's just take that off. Okay, so we've got the spider there. I'm going to do that just so it overlaps a little bit, which is the scruffier side. Just so we can stick that down. The little spider can be on the back. That's okay. So that's the front, and then we can have the little doodah at the front, can't we? So I'm going to just fold this over, make sure we don't get rid of the spider too much. Fold a little lip down like that. There we go. really simple little envelope. Let's just do that and cut this. Oops. Cut that little edge down. I'm going to just go in there that way. Cut that down, so then we've got our little flap there. So when this folds in, that flaps down. Look, it's going to hide our little spider, but never mind. Little spider can be hiding under the little lip of that. Perfect. Right, let's do a little bit of inking. Should we do a bit of both? I'm not going to ink this one. I'm going to pop this one. I'm going to pop this one over the top, I think, because we're not going to see that top bit, because I'm going to make a little notch in it, like that. Bit of ink. There we go. Don't know how long I was talking for. Is this going to be a long video? I got so carried away, I don't know how long this video is going to be. Maybe that's why it went off. We shall see. Let's just ink it around there. What do you think? I'm going to just put a little bit of black on there as well. Like that. I think making things like clusters and stuff, you think they're going to be quick, but they don't. They do take quite a long time to do. I think that's probably why I'm talking too much. But we're good. We're good. Okay, a little bit of black now. Just a little bit around the edge. Going to, on the other one, I actually popped something in the bottom so it hangs out the bottom, and I sewed it in. So maybe I'll do that again because I quite liked that. Okay, what do you think? That's good. That looks good to me. I'm going to glue this edge. If I can find my glue under a big pile of papers. A little bit of glue along here. Like that. And that can just stick down. Okay. Don't need the glue now. I'm just going to ink just under there. Quite like it when you've got the a colour or you've printed inside. It looks quite nice, doesn't it? Now let's find our little hole punch. I'm going to pop that in there inside. Just sort of eyeball it so I know. There we go. Look at that. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to scruff this up just a little bit. Just take those little sharp sort of corners off. Chop at it. There we go. Get my scissors. Oops, falls through. And just grunge that just a little bit. Can't really do it before because I need to punch that little hole in there. So let's just grunge that a little bit. And maybe the bottom. Ink, 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 a bit more ink, there we are. Perfect. Look at that, that's fabulous. I love it. I think it is lovely. Right, what was I going to do? Oh, I need to put something in that bottom bit, don't I? This is what I used last time, which is, can you see, I just sandwiched it in between the bottom, and I think that looks really pretty, doesn't it? And I think actually, where's that little one? It's burgundy, so it sort of like goes with this one as well, doesn't it? I think that is just going to look lovely on there. Fabulous. So let's cut a little piece of this. This is just an off cut of something or other. I'm going to make sure this, and just slot in here like that. And you see, just pop that in there. Could have cut it a little bit fraction bigger, but that's okay. Let's just move these out of the way, because I need to just do a little bit of sewing. Let's move these in front. Okay, let's bring this around. Oh, I do love having my sewing machine on the table, although it does take up a little bit of space. I'm going to just zigzag stitch that down through there. Go, nice and quick and easy. Pop that back. Let's move all my scissors and pliers and everything. Oh, I didn't add any little bits of bling, did I? But that's okay. I can always go in afterwards and add some little bits, can't I? Let's just chop these off like that. Oops. There we go. Look at that. Super simple little, I think they're money envelopes or something, can't they? But I think it's lovely. And then this little fella can just stick on there like that. I just think it's fabulous. And you can pop anything in it that you want to. You can pop it in a journal. You could probably make a little sort of, you know, like I do the little flat bit here, so it just opens up like that. In your journal, you could do that. So let's just pop a little bit of glue down. Oops. There we go. This can sit just like that. Tell you what, I do like that sort of like white grey colour background. It looks good, doesn't it? Stick that down. Fabulous, look at that. Love it. Now, we need a little closure, and I like those little doodads I made. Let's get them all back here. Oh, stuck to my fingers. Which one shall we pop on there? So we've got the little pussycat on there. Should we have the little pussycat? I'm going to attach that to that, but we need to sort of like have something on the bottom to tie it around, don't we? Let's think. Let's have a little think. I'm going to cut out, what did I do before? I need to make a couple of little holes in here. Or just one with a hole in it, I think. It's going to be enough. I'm going to take this, make a little hole. I'm going to take 2 of these. Okay guys, so I've just had a bit of a nightmare with my camera. It went off again. I think I've got gremlins in there. It's a new camera, so I'm just figuring it out. So I'm not quite sure where I was again. I think we were just doing this. I've been downstairs for an hour trying to sort the camera out and delete things that were on the card. So we shall see. Not sure how this is going to go. So anyway, I am going to, if I can remember what I was doing, I'm going to pop that one at the top, and then I was in the middle of making these, and this is going to be a little I'm going to make a little closure here, so we'll have the cotton around here and it will go around this one. So what I was doing, I just made another little hole in there, whoopsie daisy, and then I've just made some smaller ones with a hole through, just so it gives it a little bit of a lip, so you've got like a little bit of a gap in between these two here, because obviously I'm not going to pop a brad through there. I'm going to just pop a brad through here and stick this on. I think that's what I was doing, so let's have a go. Right, shall we have a red one? Do you think that's sort of Halloween-y look, isn't it? So I'm going to pop one of these on, actually. It might be a bit too big. I'm going to pop that on. So we've got a nice red diamante on there. Let's have a look. Shall I come in just a little bit? Shall we come in a little bit? Oopsie daisy, that's a little bit. A little bit and a little bit more. So I'm going to just push that down. Look at that. That's really pretty, isn't it? If I can in the right place. Now where's my little cutters? Because look, it just sticks over the edge just a little bit. So I'm going to just cut these little bits off like that. And that little bit there, like that. Now I'm going to stick this on to there. Like that, and then this will just stick on there. Okay, I think that's how it's going to work. Let's see. So we'll take this, pop that on there. I think I might be a little bit too close now. Oh gosh, now my glue's not going to come out. Oh my gosh, guys, definitely gremlins around today. Let's see. Look, it's not coming out. Come on, out you come. Here it comes. Just a little bit on there. I'm going to stick this on this way. Just inked it just a little bit because you'll see that. I'm going to get one of my little pegs if I can find one amongst my mess. There's a little one. I'm just going to hold that together, look, because that's going to come apart. Let's just hold that like that. Look at that. Let's squeeze that in like a little sandwich. Now I'm going to pop that upside down because we will need that in a second. Shall we have the little ghosty? No, come on this way. I'm going the wrong way. Now I'm going to open these up like that. I think we caught myself making these. I'm hoping so. So that's going to clip on there. So I need to make a little hole in here. Let's use this. That's about right, isn't it? That goes through there like that, but I need to pop some. I've got some of this. That will do. This is close by. This will do, won't it? Okay, so I'm going to pop this on here like that. Open that up. Is that the right way around? There we go. Look at that. Doesn't that look cute? And then we can just pop this underneath like that. Let's do it like this. Let's tie a little knot under there. I hope this works. If it doesn't work, you guys won't see it. And I love these little things that I've made today. So we shall see. I'm going to cut that little bit off here. This will come down here. Oh, look, we've got a little gold piece coming off. So this will come down. I'm going to, probably don't need that much, but I'm going to tie a little knot in this because that little coloured bit, the little gold bit sort of unravels, doesn't it? I think that's probably a bit too long, but that will be okay for now. Right, so this will open up, so that's what we're going to pop that through. Where's my glue gun? Oh, there it is. Pop this on like that. Nice big blob of glue. No, we don't want it too far down, do we? I think we'll just pop it like there. Is that sort of the middle? Right, I'm going to just pop that there for a second. Let that dry. I'm going to move all my other bits out of the way, and then we will just show you what we actually made today. It feels like this video has gone on for so long. Spending an hour downstairs trying to sort things out was a bit of a nightmare. So I'm going to just open this up. Oops. A little bit like that. So we've got this little one which I made earlier, and I'm going to do the same thing with this one as I did with this one. But we don't want the lace, do we? Pop that over there. We've got all these lovely, lovely little bits. Like I said, I'm going to do a little close-up at the end of the video, and I'm loving these little ones. These are so, so lovely and so quick and simple to make, especially with the little brad underneath it. Look at this little ghosty one. Can you see the little ghosty one? Isn't it cute? Not quite sure how well I'm going to get on with this stuff, because look, it just sort of flies everywhere, but I think it looks quite funky in there. Not very pretty at the back, but lovely. There's a little bat, but I think these are fabulous. Look at this, I like all this sort of stringy stuff everywhere. Looks really good, doesn't it? And then we've got this lovely one. All sorts of bits and pieces on there, and then I might add just a little bit of bling, maybe a little bit more to this one. I've got the little Nouveau drops on there as well, so I'm hoping you can see that. Oh, lovely, I love them. And these little itty diddy ones, if I can pick them up, the little pumpkins, and the little pumpkins and the little pussycat. I think they're so cute, so I will do a little close-up for you. Pop those there for a second. Let's hope this is sort of dry enough, and then this will just pop in between there like that and go round, and that's how we do it. Loving that. Can you see the little gem closure on there? I think that's probably a little bit too long, so I will shorten that. But again, we can put all sorts of little notes and all sorts of bits and pieces in there. I think they're fab. So there we go, guys. That is a lovely little spooky one, and there were definitely gremlins in my camera today. I'm going to just snip that off. Snip that off and tie a little knot in there so it doesn't unravel. Like that. Okay. Perfect. Do that back up again, if I can. Oh my gosh. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, now we're all caught up. So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you stuck around for all of that. Loving that. And then hopefully I will make just a nice little something for these to go into, or I might even make like a little folio and pop lots of little embellishments in there. Will be nice, wouldn't it? So there we go, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a fab rest of the day. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys. Bye-bye.